Hi sewing friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Elisa. This is my superpower. Today's video is going to be another one for my So Organized series. I'm actually not that organized, but I'm trying to, and that's why I'm making this. I'm going to show you my sewing space. I don't actually have a sewing room. My sewing space is in my sewing room, in my living room, and I started with a desk, and the desk kept getting bigger, and then I added shelves, and then I added, I don't know, I kept conquering room, and now I think I have maxed out, so I'm not allowed to spread myself anymore. But for example, I have my sewing desk here. It's my cutting table at the same time, and it's my home office desk when I have to work home. And in the same living room, I have fabric, I have patterns. Yeah, it's not ideal, but I think I made the best of it. I am going to move soon, so I'm very excited. For the first time, I'm going to have a dedicated space for sewing, but until now, this is where I'm working. This is my sewing space, my corner in our living room. In the left, you can see a chair with a humongous pile of clothing that needs mending. So I have to do that before we move. I promised myself I would do that. On top there are two fabrics that I just got. So I always take a sample for my swatch box, and then I fold the fabric away. So that's why it's still there. So this is my sewing table, my cutting table, my desk when I'm working in home office. Here I have on top, I have my serger. Here, right here, this is my serger. This is my main sewing machine. And this is the first one I got. Actually, this is a metal one. It's really, really heavy. I love this sewing machine. It doesn't give me trouble. Mine, the more modern one, does. So this is my sewing machine. This is what I have on the wall. Some boxes with scissors inside. Here I have scissors. Here I have my pattern weights. I'm going to show them to you. These are my pattern weights, just very big washers that I bought. Then I have pins in two different sizes. Here I have my overlock threads. They shouldn't be out because it gets really dusty here, so I have to think of something new for that. I have my marking pens, and I have here I have rotary cutters and scissors. Then I have rulers down here. Here on the first level here I have this box has my sewing feet for the sewing machine. I bought a set of I think 32 a few years ago. That's where they are. Then I have chalk, I have glue, I have here some rulers and snips and pins, and of course here on this side I have my sewing machine needles, the different ones. Then moving along, here I have, that's my baby phone. And then inside this unit from IKEA, I have thread. It used to look really, really neat, but now my son has started to walk, and this is on his height, so he loves to open the drawer and play with the thread. So this is no longer viable. I have to find a different solution for my thread. Here exactly the same. This used to look very neat, but now it plays here and takes thread from the first drawer and puts it the second one. It was really neat, and now it's not anymore. Then here, the third drawer, I have marking tools. Here I have an extra set of thread that I won recently in a giveaway. And what's here? Oh, these are my tools for, I have my bias tape makers. I have snaps for jackets and button making and things like that. Here is glue, and what else? Then I have in this drawer I have sewing machine feet and hardware and things that I've never used. And this is once someone gave me an overlocker. It wasn't working, but they told me maybe you can try, and if you get it to work, you can keep it. It didn't. I didn't get it to work, but I took this this thing here that's on the back of the serger to put the cones in. So I used this. It was attached to the serger with screws, just regular screws, and I detached that. And I use this. I buy overlock thread, and I use this. I put the thread cones here and use this on my regular sewing machine. So this is very practical. Then I have a ring light that I never use. As you can see, I was trying to be more professional about my sewing and my channel, but I just don't have the time for it. And here, the last drawer, are all my cables, my mini sewing iron, and all the cables, and an extension cable. And on the other side, I have another IKEA Alex unit. Inside, I have 2 boxes with ribbons and zippers and things of that nature. Then here I have these 2 boxes have labels and a couple of overlock cones. And I also keep here my self-made tailor's hem. I have this one, this wider one, and this roll that I made using a free pattern. This is really useful. And on the lower level, I have a vintage sewing machine that I got a few months ago. It needs to be serviced, but this is a very heavy vintage machine. And what I did, well, my boyfriend did it. I put it on wheels. It's like a drawer, so that I can just pull it out. And this is a vintage Singer sewing machine that needs servicing. And yeah, that's what's in this unit. So now I'm standing in front of the sewing machine, of the sewing table, and behind me, that's the place where I sit to make my videos, and behind me, over my shoulder, you can see my sewing books and my paper patterns. This is what it looks like. On the top, I have Burda magazines, then I have a couple of sewing books, not that many. Then here is my collection of sewing patterns for women, men, and children. I made a video showing how I store my paper patterns, my PDF patterns. If you're interested, go and have a look at that video. And this box you see right here with the plant on top, that's where I keep my muslin fabric. Some time ago I bought, I think, about 10 meters of just regular white or beige muslin fabric, regular cotton fabric, and that's what I use. That's what I've been using to make my muslins. It's very inexpensive. I bought it. I think I bought 10 meters on a fabric market that was happening here, and at IKEA. I don't know if they have it in your country, but at least here in Germany, they have the cheapest fabric from IKEA. I think it's called Baumwoll. Is I think about €4, 1 meter. That's what I use to make my muslins, and I keep it in that box that I just showed you. And now I'm going to turn and show you where I keep my fabric. We are still in the living room. I not all my fabric, but most of my fabric is stored here. I'm working on sewing through my stash and not buying more fabric, so that I can keep things in the same space and not around the house. That's the current situation. So let me turn the camera and show you where I keep my fabric. This is what it looks like. This is across from where I sew. I have this unit. It's not from IKEA, but I know they have similar ones. I have 6 boxes full of fabric, separated by a type of fabric. I have, for example, 2 with jersey, 1 for plain jersey, 1 with jersey with some kind of design on it. I have plain cotton. I have 1 for my Ankara fabrics or African print fabrics. I have 1 for lightweight fabrics like chiffon or viscose. That's the first one here in the bottom. So I'll open that one up and show you how it looks like. So this is one of the boxes. This one is quite full, and I wrap my fabric usually around a cardboard. And here, as you can see, I think this is silk. I have viscose. These are the ones on top. It couldn't fit anymore, so I have 3 or 4 on top. But my goal is not to buy more fabric than what fits in these boxes, in these 6 boxes. So I'm working really, really hard to keep my stash under control. And these are my lightweight fabrics. And then I have a bin under my bed where I keep my scraps, and that's quite a collection, so I'm trying to reduce that also. And there's one more place. As I said, I'm all over the house. I'm spreading, and that is my son's room. I took over his closet, and I keep in there. I really enjoy going to secondhand shops and buying linen, bed linen, duvets, and tablecloths for dresses. I think they're a wonderful source of fabric, so to say, and I keep those because it's usually quite a lot of yardage. I keep that in his closet. It doesn't need the space right now, so that's where I've been keeping my bed sheets and duvet covers and tablecloths that I get from charity shops, from secondhand shops, and that I use to make dresses. You get a lot of fabric for not a lot of money, and I really enjoy upcycling in that manner. One thing that I forgot to show you in my sewing space is my projector. I use a mini projector to cut my my PDF patterns, and I have a projector that is attached to the ceiling. You can see it right there. It projects onto my sewing table / cutting table, and because there's only about 1.5 meters distance between the table and the projector lens, If I'm making a dress for myself, I have to cut it in usually in 2 steps. But for children's clothing, I can project the whole pattern piece on the surface of the table. So I love using a projector for sewing because I don't enjoy taping together PDF patterns. And that was my sewing room slash living room slash dining room slash office. I hope you enjoyed seeing my space. It's not that great, but it's what we have, so we have to work with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment, leave me questions in the comment section. I would love to answer them. And I'll see you on my next video, hopefully very soon. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And yeah, see you soon. Bye bye.